Hey guys, welcome to Deep South to the Kitchen. I'm Wanda, and today we're going to be talking about preparedness. Now, with the storm and things just passing, this is what we're going to talk about today is My Patriot Supply. Danny and I became affiliates with My Patriot Supply because of the Alexa Pure. We like the water filtration system, but they also carry survival foods. And I decided, hey, let's see what they taste like. And so I bought the 72-hour kit. Comes in this, it's a really thick bag, Ziploc bag type thing here, and it's got 4 different varieties in here. Now this kit costs $24.95. It has a, I think a 25-year, let's read on the direction, up to 25-year shelf life. Okay, the deal is you have to store it in a cool, dry place for it to last that long. You don't put it in the sunlight. You don't just stick it on a cabinet here and leave it and things like that. It needs to be in a pantry type situation where there's no sunlight hitting it and all day long. Now, what we're trying today is going to be the mac and cheese. It's 4 servings. We have the creamy chicken flavored rice, the black bean soup, and the home style potato soup. Now I'm not opening these 3. All of them are 4 servings. That's enough for 2 people to have 2 meals for 4 days. Okay? Everything is in what you need like this. It comes with a oxygen absorber. Remove it before putting it in water. You need water for the mac and cheese, 4.5 cups of boiling water. So we're going to dump this in to that stage and let it cook while we're talking. Now this is enough for 2 people for 2 meals to give you the calories you would need for the day. Now granted, a lot of people say I wouldn't want to eat just mac and cheese, but if that's all you've got, then that's what you eat. We'll turn it down a little, let it cook. Okay, so this comes packaged with the oxygen absorber in it. It does have a Ziploc thing. You could possibly divide it up, but with the mac and cheese, it would be a little difficult to get enough cheese and stuff. It's all packaged together. You can't really break it up. So I'm cooking all of it at one time. I'll put it in individual packs and eat it later. We're going to taste test it. This is all grown and packaged in the USA, no MSGs added. That was a biggie for me. I like that because there's no MSGs added. So when you're cooking this, it should take 10 to 15 minutes, about what it would normally for mac and cheese or soup or anything else. Most of them take 10 to 15 minutes to get done and you're ready to eat. This whole pack, lots of people would be asking, how much water do you need? Because most people don't store water. They store this food, they don't store water. You need 1 gallon and 1/10 of a gallon. So a couple of cups over a gallon probably. So a gallon of water would about do this whole thing. You just need a couple of cups over. They do have it in different quantities. Now I ordered this 72-hour pack for 4 days just to try, to see how the food tastes, what kind of reaction I would have to it. Now Danny won't eat it because it might have some chemicals in it that he doesn't need, but in a grid down situation, if I need food, I have food. Now the next step up they have is a 1-week supply in an ammo can, and that too, stored properly, will last up to 25 years. Up to 25 years now. My thought is, when you buy something, put a date on it and rotate out. Next time you buy some, eat what you have, put the newest in the back. Just keep rotating. That's the way we do our canned goods. I shouldn't have 25-year-old stuff. It shouldn't be that old. If you rotate out within 5 years, nothing should ever be over 5 years old. But it does last longer. Now the ammo can is $79. And it's 42 servings, 7 different varieties, where you have these 4 I had, then you would have oatmeal, traveler's stew, and long grain rice added to it. It would last you for 7 days for 2 people, 2 servings a day. It takes 2.5 gallons of water. So you would have, for every ammo can that was a 1 week supply, you would need 2.5 gallons of water stored. I did order the coffee, Franklin's Finest. We're going to do a video later at the cabin with the coffee. I did order some strawberries. We're going to open those in a little bit and see how they do. This is the mac and cheese. Now, I used to be a big mac and cheese person and I love mac and cheese, but we're going to see 10 to 15 minutes and we'll check back with the mac and cheese and see what it tastes like. Okay, so while we're waiting on the mac and cheese, we're going to talk about the strawberries a little bit. These are freeze-dried strawberries. They come in a can. I think they call them number 10 cans. This is 36 servings. I think it was $22.95, something like that. You can get 6 cans like this for $103. It would have the strawberries, the banana chips, the oatmeal, and blueberries, and I can't remember what else, maybe the cream of wheat. But there's 6 of these for $100. 36 servings. Up to a 30-year shelf life, unopened. Unopened. Remember that, unopened. Okay, it tells how to make strawberry jam with it. You add 1 cup of these freeze-dried berries to 2/3 cup of white granulated sugar. Cover them with warm water, let them stand 5 minutes, then bring them to a boil and get the jam up to consistency. So it is possible to make things with them besides just eat them. Okay, first thing I noticed, it's a tin can. You gotta have a can opener. So don't forget your can openers. I have pepper gel. We're gonna open this can. Perfect. Now I do have a little hand thing that I can put on there that's got batteries. It would save my wrist. That would work. Look at this. Can you see this? Strawberries. Really pretty strawberries. Smells like strawberries. Smells good. Got the strawberry taste. It does what it's supposed to. A 1/4 cup is what you're supposed to eat. And if you're eating these dry, I suggest water, juice, something. Don't just ruin your stomach with dry food. Now what I'm going to do with these, because I've opened them, they won't last 30 years this way. In our humid conditions, these won't last 5 minutes out. If I leave this open like this, the moisture is going to go in there and we're going to have problems. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take a jar and I'm going to vacuum seal these into a jar since I've opened it. You can, if you're going to eat them within 2 or 3 days, you can leave it like this. That would be fine. If you're going to be eating them, and in a grid down situation, you probably would be eating them over a period of 3 to 5 days, so they would be fine and dandy. I'm going to repackage mine for further down the road use because I'm not going to sit and eat all these strawberries today. But tastes like a strawberry. Can make strawberry jam. You can make strawberry desserts. Great to have on hand. So like I said, they have the blueberries and the banana chips. So you could have snacks. It's a great way to have it. So go. The only thing, you need a can opener. And with my risk, I would be using my little can opener, but in the grid down, you need one of these. Something that will hand open. Let's check the mac and cheese. The mac and cheese has been cooking maybe less than 10 minutes. It's not quite soupy, that you can tell the noodles have not yet gotten soft. So it's got about 5 more minutes or so, and then it should thicken up. Let's stir it and let it go a few more minutes. Okay, so it's been a few minutes. The mac and cheese is absorbed. It's good and done. I turned the burner off and I put a lid on it just to let it sit for a few minutes. Now, if you didn't have power, you can cook on a rocket stove. You can cook on a grill. If you have gas, you can do a wood cook stove, wood fireplace. Put some sticks in a pile and cook over them with a grill. Whichever way you have to do it. All you need is water and a packet. And that's enough food for 2 people for one day. That's it. So I'm not opening any of the others. But if you're like me, this is what I would do to have a meal. I have turkey here, but I do have chicken. This is ham, and this is ground beef. Like I said, I have chicken, I have rabbit, I have a variety. But you could open the ground beef, drain it, put it over in your mac and cheese. You got a cheesy mac, good dinner. They do have meat in these packets, but I'm not big on dried meat, so I'd rather have my own. The ham, take and drain the ham, break it up a little bit, throw it over. You got ham and cheese, ham and mac and cheese. It's great. So there's varieties, there's ways to do it. And this makes a big pot. I mean, you see, this pot's almost full. And I'm gonna put what I think is about it. I mean, it's what I would be eating. It's not. Okay, so this is about what I would eat. Now, if I had some of the meat with it, if you were just eating this, you would have a bigger helping, I'm sure. And it's hot because I just turned it off. I guess if you're used to Kraft macaroni and cheese, it's pretty close. It's not perfect, but it's pretty good. It is something I could eat. It tastes decent. It tastes like mac and cheese. And I'm sure if you let it sit for a few minutes, it cool off, the cheese is going to kind of mellow on it. And it's hot. The longer it sits, the more the moisture absorbs into the macaroni, and the tenderer it gets. The macaroni's not bad at all. The flavor of it, everything. It's just hot. So the mac and cheese is a go for me. I could eat that, and I will keep it on hand. This I will be eating for the next 2 or 3 days because I did do the whole pack. It would be kind of difficult to break it up into half and half because it'd be hard to break the cheese up, I guess you would say. But it could be done. So, My Patriot Supply, strawberries, 72-hour survival pack. Hey, it's a go. If you got a little bit of time, a little bit of money, this is $25 for 4 days. If you did not eat all of it one day, you eat your one section instead of 2. Made it last till the next day. You could break it out to 8 days if you really scrimped and saved a little. $25 for 4 days. You know, it's usually what you get when you go out to a good restaurant, pay for a good something to eat. You eat one time. You could eat 4 times with this, 4 days. Check out My Patriot Supply. The link is in the description below. It is waterwithdeepsouth.com. And all you got to do is, when you get to that, it shows the Alexa Pure. In the top right hand corner, it says My Patriot Supply. Just click on My Patriot Supply. It takes you to all this. You can shop away. So thank you guys from Deep South Homestead. Alright, so I had opened the can of strawberries, and just putting the lid on it and our humidity, I did not think it would last very long that way, and I won't eat this many strawberries. That's 36 servings, so I wouldn't eat that many in a long time. So what I did, I broke it up into 3 packages and put oxygen absorbers in each one of them, vacuum sealed it, and I'm going to put them back in the can. That way I know what it is, and they're labeled. I've got the date on them, all that kind of stuff. And I can write on the can also, the lid, the date I did it, so I wouldn't even have to open it. But strawberries are back in their container, but they're vacuum sealed in a bag and good for another few years long-term storage. And I tried some of them. I took some out, put them in a bowl, sprinkled a little bit of sugar, like just a little, added hot water, and let them sit for a few minutes, about 15 minutes, came back and tried them, and it tasted like a strawberry that you would take out of the freezer and let thaw. It was okay. I could eat it on cake or in oatmeal or anything like that. So rehydrating these strawberries was really, they tasted really well. I don't have a problem with the rehydration of the strawberries.